everyone. Mr. Andrew McWilliams, the CEO of our company, is on the call. Thank you, Andy.
You bet. Can you hear me okay?
I can hear you.
All right, great. Thank you so much. Good to hear your voice. Hey, everybody. Happy Sunday night. I'm really honored to be able to kind of just talk to everybody a little bit on this leadership call. And I'm going to treat it like a leadership call with you. We're going to talk about some higher level stuff here tonight. We've obviously got such a tremendous amount of momentum and timing that's going on in our company. I don't want anybody to miss it. So I usually spend most of my days thinking about how I can get out of the way and make sure that it's not the messenger that screws up the message on this business, because part of it is personality driven and whether people buy into the vision that we're painting for the company and the direction we're leading it. And I don't ever want to be the reason why somebody doesn't do it. But I'm going to tell you this. So today is day 9 of our blitz. We're halfway through the double bonuses. So we doubled the enroller bonus on the packs with 2 customers, doubled the digital samples, and then we went to 250 on the executive bonus. Make sure you check your social media and your email for the details on those things. But we doubled them. And we did that for a couple of reasons. One of the reasons is because the more money that goes out right now in the foundation, the fundamental part of building our company, the more belief that is created. Obviously, that's a good thing. Hopefully, everybody knows that. You don't need to be a rocket scientist or a network marketing professional to know that. But the second reason is because we believe in this moment in time of our company and where we're at, where we sit in the industry, and where we sit in the world, in the marketplace, that we are literally at the perfect place, at the perfect time. And the only way we know how to treat a situation like that is with abundance and treat it with an attitude of above and beyond. I mean, this is not a time to do targeted energy or targeted commitment or targeted belief. This is a time to take massive action and massive belief and go for it. And so we want to, as a company, and certainly as leaders of the company, and CEO of the company, I want to be out front leading and showing you that. So we do things like these bonuses, and obviously they're expensive things to do, but man, do they create a lot of momentum. We are not happy with this, not our intention, or was it our intention, or is it our goal to be the fastest growing company in the industry. It's not our intention to be a $3 million company per month in sales, or a $5 million, or $10 million, or a $20 million. We want to grow to our potential. And to do that, the only way I know how to do that is by just going for it, laying it on the line. And now I've been on the road, different places, starting last Saturday before yesterday, so 8 days ago, whatever it was, 9 days ago now. I started in Frisco, Texas, and then went to small town Oklahoma on Sunday, and then went to Iowa on Monday, Florida on Tuesday, Katy, Texas on Wednesday, Thursday in Whitesboro, Texas, and then Purcell, Oklahoma on Friday and Saturday. I've got to see so many people. Literally, over 1,000 people attended different meetings. We had 230 at the 229 in Purcell. Incredible. It's just an awesome way to get around people, see people, listen to what's going on, talking to leaders, talking to different leaders of different organizations, people making some money. This is a leadership call, so we talk. Some people making $50,000, $60,000 a month, other people making, $500, $600 a month, some people just getting started, and all in between. And, we see this happening. And so what I got to really experience, what I want to share with you tonight is a unique experience about it, is the perspective of who is in the exact same business, in the exact same time, with the exact same circumstances from the company. And some people are flourishing, absolutely mind-blowing. Production be so different coming out of groups. And I am sold out more than ever. And this is something that comes from all my years in this industry, all the heartache, all the time of dealing with me. And, I can hit myself right in the head right now because, sometimes I'm the toughest guy to deal with. And some of you know what I'm talking about. I want to tell you that it's attitude. I know it sounds so basic. And some of you are going to think, this is the CEO, he's the owner of the company. Of course he's going to say this. What's he going to say? The company, company's growing, got some challenges with producing products. We grow so fast that it's easy to see why we would. But let me tell you, And I just want to give people a little glimpse into this. You know, we grow fast. We start killing it in August and July and August. And so in July, we grew from about 90,000 in April, a little 110,000 in May, and then 170,000 in June. So we're like, okay, now we're growing in coffee sales I'm talking about. And then all of a sudden we do 270,000 in July. So we're like, okay, we sit down and start doing projections. You start looking at it. You talk. When we say to the manufacturer, okay, we're going to need 10,000 tubs. I'm using any numbers here, guys. I'm just using around it so you can understand. 10,000 tubs in September. And then August starts, and it's 2.5 times bigger than it looks like it's going to be 2.5 times bigger than what July was, and we didn't expect that kind of growth. So in August, we called the manufacturer and say, okay, no, not 10,000 tubs, 20,000 tubs. So they work for many companies, have many different partners that they have to order their ingredients from and the tubs from, the tops for the tubs, the labels, the little shrink wrap thing that goes around the tub. All of this has to be ordered from vendors and different coordinated, right? So now the people that actually have to go out and bring in the ingredients, they have to call their vendors and say, okay, wait, instead of bringing in a pallet of that ingredient, bring in 3 pallets of that ingredient. It's just kind of trickle-down effect. And you throw all of that on top of it, and we don't just go a little bit bigger. We explode in September. And yet still, by diligence and experience and all the work that went into it, we still would have not missed 1 tub in sales in September if it had not been for a natural disaster, Hurricane Irma coming through. I say all that to say that has absolutely knocked some people out of the box. The recovery from that, the going through the process of catching up from that, has knocked some people right out of the box. And they don't even know. Some people, they don't even understand, but their belief is hurt so bad. You hear me talk all the time. We say event-to-event culture. We talk about our plugging in. You're plugging in here tonight. Facebook tomorrow. Weekly meetings, weekly trainings, Super Saturdays, Facebook Lives, Periscopes, more Facebook Lives. Everybody loves Facebook Lives. Just keep going. Then we do our quarterly events. And for me, belief is the number one factor towards success at the beginning stage of anyone's business. It is one of the ingredients of success that cannot be done without. It's just really difficult to build this in this industry and in our company if you don't believe, A, you can do it, or that it's going to work. So when it's naturally hard to deal with, if you're anything like me, where I doubted myself or I would shortcut things, and so I knew I wasn't giving it everything I had in the business at times, and so it wasn't hard for me to kind of go negative when it came to belief. It wasn't hard for me to believe when somebody called me up and was negative to me about the company or about products or about services. And in my career, I've always had to deal with that. But I'm going to tell you what I learned. I'm going to tell you what you got to do. Because when we know this is hurting our belief, we got to fight back. I'm talking about intentional guarding of your energy. My man Peter Wood and I, we talk all the time. I said you got to keep people from stealing your energy. You must put barriers out there. If somebody is being negative, I'm not talking about for me, guys. I'm not talking about for me. I'm not talking this, and this is not a self-serving conversation right now. And believe it or not, it's not. This is not about, hey, I'm trying to get pressure off me. I mean, look, we're out of the woods when it comes to our product right now. We've got great things happening. This is happening with or without anybody on this phone right now. This blend of coffee, the results that have happened, the magnitude of what's going on. Look, even if Revital, you didn't do it, some other company would do it. I mean, it's that big a deal, right? So it's going to happen with or without anybody on here right now. So you're not doing it for me. I'm not stopping if you stop. So please don't think that's why I'm saying this. I'm saying this for you. Whoever is listening to me right now, this is a checkup from the neck up. This is what this is. This is saying you must be intentional with where you share your energy and your thoughts. If somebody is calling you up and they're griping all the time about the same thing all the time, it is you that must say, enough, move on. If somebody, because guess what? Some of you are going to get a little depressed from this, but just hear me out, okay? Even though we get rid of one challenge, another challenge will come up. I've been doing this for almost 24 years. I've done it all around the world. Basically, how you make big money is how you can keep your belief. It's directly proportionate to you holding your belief and your attitude during challenges. when it's easy, that's not what pays big. It pays big when there are challenges at the beginning in the foundational stage of these companies where you have these fundamental issues as they're being ironed out. That's why the big money comes from people that get in early. It doesn't mean it's the easiest or that there's some kind of golden, road where you jump on and you're like, oh, this is all big money. No, it's you fighting through what the masses won't do. I know it just sounds crazy, but you got to stay with me on this because I'm going to tell you something. You must take 100% responsibility for your success at Revival U. You must take it. You can't look upline. Your upline not helping you is not an excuse to not be successful. The company having issues is not an excuse to not be successful. Not understanding the comp plan is not an excuse to not being successful. Living in a small town is not an excuse. Living in a big town is not an excuse. Being white or black or Catholic or Jewish, or it doesn't matter if you're short or tall or fat or thin or you're charismatic or you're quiet. It doesn't matter. You must decide that you are going to take 100% responsibility to make it happen. Had an amazing lunch and training and just this kind of beautiful moment together with Pat Johnston, our president, myself, and this lovely couple. I won't say their name because I didn't ask them if I could on this training, but just love them to death. And we're in this training on Thursday having lunch, and I could see their minds just opening up. When we first got in there, it was about the list of issues. And then kind of just had a moment to reset and start talking about why and these things that I love to talk about. And as we're sitting there, it comes up that they're in real estate. And it just developed this beautiful analogy I want to share with you all about the commitment it takes. If you had all of your money into a real estate project that was going to be your way of breaking free, whether it was you're going to get positive cash flow or you were going to flip a house or take a unit or some warehouse and bite it up, what are you going to do, right? You're going to put $150,000 into it. Maybe you go to an auction, buy it for $100,000. You figure it's going to cost you $30,000 to $40,000 to fix it up, and you have $150,000. You got $10,000 cushion, right? And you get in there and you start working, and you think everything's great. You got this list, and something you were not expecting is when they tear up the linoleum, the wood is all bad on the floor. I mean, you wouldn't say if everything you owned, if your entire financial future were a part of this, you wouldn't say, well, there's that project. We didn't expect this, and this is painful. We're done. No, you would say, okay, we got to get this fixed. And for the least amount of money as possible, we got to get it done immediately. And some of you know exactly what I'm talking about. That, okay, well, no matter what it takes, I got to get this done. And yes, it can be painful, and yes, your head can spin a little bit, and you can be worried, but you got to get the job done because there's no other option other than complete and total failure. And yet, even think about it like this. You go to open a restaurant and you're rocking. People love what you're selling. Maybe you're selling, I don't know, we were driving back from Oklahoma and we saw the sign that said fried pies. And I told Amy, I go, I don't know what that is. Man, does that sound good. Like, that sounds like me being a fat guy. Like, the thing I'd like, right? I go, fried pie. And you open up a fried pie place and everyone is coming from all over to eat it. And then your fryer breaks. And it's twice the money you thought it was going to be. And you, doggone it, you just bought the other one. Do you shut the doors and never go back to work, or do you find a new fryer? You do whatever it takes. You're in a marriage. You're with children, your friends, your family, whatever. When you love something, you're committed to seeing it through. It's not an excuse to quit that you're looking for. You're not looking for justification to quit. What you're looking for is any path to success. And that brings out a natural energy, that energy that can't be stopped, like a person on a mission, right? So I say all that to say this. For $50, you open your business. And I'll tell you, I realize the psychology of this is that people paying $50, they feel like they're buying something from us. You feel like you're making a purchase in a consumer versus a supplier type attitude. I'm buying a computer, you're buying a bicycle, you're buying a whatever, a watch or a TV. And you buy the TV, they come out and they put it up and it doesn't work or doesn't show all the channels that you wanted to have. So you get angry and you start calling people and going, come back and get this TV or DirecTV. I only get half the channels I was supposed to. Come back out here and fix this. And you kind of go, well, then I'm going to switch over and I'm going to stop watching DirecTV and I'm going to go to another cable company. And that's your right to doing that, but that's not what happened here. You didn't buy something from us. This is not us trying to sell somebody into the business. You are an independent business owner. Independent. Not dependent. Independent. And you are a partner of ours. We are collaborating on building this distribution model. Therefore, we need the attitude of whatever it takes, I'm going to make it happen. Whatever it takes, I'll make this go forward. It's not that you want us to make the same mistakes over and over again. And part of the beauty of what we do is that we handle these trickier parts to the business, the fulfillment, all these things, and the big money part of it. And so you have your part of it. And when things are going wrong on our side, you don't stop your side because you're upset at us for not getting everything right. I'm talking about this is years of experience. This is not the CEO saying this. This is somebody who knows how to make money out in the field that is seeing some people who are sitting on top of a gold mine and they're angry that the axe that they bought or the shovel that they bought isn't painted the right color or is not sharp enough, and they're not willing to sharpen it in order for them to dig faster. It's like if you really knew you're sitting on top of a vein of gold and you're watching people sit there and all they got to do is dig a little bit, you'd be like, if you really understood, you would dig with your fingers to get to it. You would do whatever it took. Because here is what is happening, and I love this part of it, is that the idea of how successful we can be, how big it can be, what can happen to people financially from our opportunity is already happening. You might have heard me say it earlier. Some people, I travel, made 50, 60,000, 40,000, 30,000, 20,000. I mean, crazy numbers. And October is bigger than September. Already much bigger than September. Much bigger. And we still have 2 days and tonight left to go drive the double money, the double samples. So what is it? Why is it that when we double things, just as simple as going from 200 to 400 on a Pro Pack, why is it that so many people start buying Pro Packs or they enroll people with Pro Packs? What is it? Do you know what it is? Is it because you all of a sudden started running into people out in the world that want Pro Packs? You think it's all of a sudden you run into people that have no idea who we are, don't know what we sell, but they're just Pro Pack people, man. No, it's you, the independent brand influencer, who is excited about the 400 being more than the 200, double on the 200. Therefore, when you approach it, when you start talking about it, the energy you put off, and that person that's sitting across from you goes, I don't know what they're talking about because they hardly ever do, but it just feels right. Boy, that is just, yeah, I'm going to do that because she is on fire about this. For some of you, and I know this is what you do, and I don't necessarily agree with it. Matter of fact, I don't agree with it. Matter of fact, I wish you didn't do it. Matter of fact, don't even tell me you do it because if you do it, I don't even know if it's even the right thing to do or not. But I know some of you say, come on, Sally, get in, buy a Pro Pack, and I'll split the money with you. So it's only cost you $4.99 instead of $5.99 or $3.99 instead of $5.99, whatever it is you do. And no matter what it is, what that's called is being creative in our business. I'm not saying it's the right thing to do. Matter of fact, I don't think it is. Here's my point. When I talk to people, no matter what day it is, no matter what the bonus structure is, I talk Pro Pack because I believe, the same way as some of you believe when the money's double, I believe it's the exact right way to launch your business. And I believe that because my experience says that, but also because I intentionally have studied it. I have spent time in it. I have so much time and effort into this business. I have so much invested in this business that when I talk to somebody, I expect the most they can give. I expect them to sign up at the highest level and be the best they can be and do 25 customers minimum in their first 30 days and become an executive and buy the Pro Pack and then talk to people properly. I expect it because my everything is in this. Now, here's my question to you, and I know this is where it becomes difficult because the regular world's out there right now. Some people are not on here tonight because they're watching the World Series. Some people are watching football. Other people, they're so used to escaping their life, the idea of actually taking time out to try to change is just too much for them. They might catch on to this wave a little bit, maybe not, but not you. You're on here. And so I want you to try to adjust your mind right now. I want you to start thinking about the way you could be different immediately. What are things you can do that will immediately change how your business is going? And the first thing you do is your approach. Your approach. If you really understand where we're going, and if you truly let yourself believe, and I mean there is a choice in this believing. I think too many people think there's going to be lightning that's going to strike them, or there's something that's going to happen that's a physical reaction to the greatness of the business that all of a sudden they're going to be like, now I believe like Coach believes, or now I get how Sherelle and Wayne feel. No, This is earned over time. This is earned over decisions after decisions, small ones, small ones, small ones, small ones that equal big decisions. This is earned over you saying, yes, I know there are issues, but I'm not going to dwell on them. Yes, I know my group has issues, but I'll do the best I can, and then I'll go find new people. You know, people starting today, all last week, if you ordered product on Monday, you got it on Tuesday, or shipped on Tuesday. If you ordered on Tuesday, it shipped on Wednesday. You ordered on Wednesday, it shipped on Thursday. You ordered on Thursday, it shipped on Friday. That is exactly the expectation we want people to have of our company. So moving forward with all these sticks, now they don't have to know what it's like to do the little dime bags of coffee. Yeah, there's some remnants out there of people doing it, but we have sticks now that are beautifully branded from Mr. Peter Wood that match up with our tubs. So we've done that. We have so much more to give, so much more to do. So instead of thinking this is a $50 business, or maybe you did a pro pack and went all in and you say with tax and everything it's a $700 business or whatever. I don't care. It's just whatever it is for you. I want you to think differently. I want you to approach it differently. I want you to think about opportunity costs. I want you to think about opportunity loss, meaning that if you don't approach it the way I'm talking about, you could be one of the people that sets generational wealth for your family, or you could just be another top earner in a company that makes some good money but never reached the top. Or you somebody that just didn't make much money. Maybe they made that $300 or $500 a month that you originally wanted, instead of thinking about $300 to $500 an hour for every hour of the day, every day of the week, every week of the month, every month of the year. You got paid that because you started something huge. You go, well, Andy, that's just one of those things hard for me to believe because I've never done that. And I don't understand. That's why we do calls like this. You're talking to somebody who's had every one of the doubts, every one of the pains that you've had, every single one of them, and then some. You're talking 23 and a half years of full-time, totally immersed network marketing. That's what I've done. We were at a pumpkin place earlier. My two of the four kids, because the other two are in college, my dad and my wife were there. And the kids were like, Daddy, we're going to go here, we're going to do that. They don't have school tomorrow. And I said, no. And then why not? I said, because I have an 8 o'clock conference call. My 13-year-old daughter was like, oh. And then my son goes, come on, Emma, he's got to do it. Like, they know that's a part of our life. It's part of our lifestyle. It's a sacrifice they make and that they accept for what can be an incredible life. So many people make them subconscious, literally, like you don't even think about them when you make those for a normal job, because everybody's been sold this bill of goods like that's the way to go. I'm not saying don't be grateful. I'm just saying let's wake up right now and change our approach. This is something that's happening, and we're changing the industry. We're changing the way people even think about our industry. We have customer revenue. We're seeing people's incomes grow. Even though we've had those challenges, we're still growing by hundreds of thousands in sales this month over last month. We now have things in place. We are starting to get the marketing, the storytelling side of this, which is basically how we do this, by the way. That's catching up with the actual product. Yes, we know the product can help us through this because it's so great, but imagine this totally fully baked, rolling opportunity. Videos and trainings and at your fingertips information and testimonies and all. What? And you're gonna minimize that? I'm just saying that because I'm talking about the people that aren't going to go for it. The magic in this business happens when somebody gives it all they've got. Bunch of parables. There's one in the Bible, and I don't know, you don't have to believe the Bible, but I just use it for some of the incredible stories. I happen to believe it, but talking about the lady that is very poor, the old lady that gives a little bit of money, and I was like, okay, compared to everybody else, that was more money because it meant more to her. That's the way I want you to think about your life with your energy. Look, some of you are super busy, you're slammed, you're not happy. Some people are happy with their jobs, they're just not getting enough out of it, and they don't know where they're going with it. Other people are trying to live a different life. They want something different for their families. There's got to be something different out there. And so, but you're still super busy and you're consumed. And so when you get started here, maybe it's 2 hours a week, but that 2 hours is more than other people's 20 hours because that's really painful for you to give that up. But no matter what it is, you got to make it count. You got to make it count. And how you do that is by being honest, sincere, and on fire for what you're trying to accomplish. If you're not that way for you and your family, who is going to be that way for you and your family? If you're not leading the charge, if you're not fighting the hardest, look, you can drown in a cup of water in our business. what we try to do at the corporate level is reduce or remove the easy excuses to quit. But the reality is that people will seek them out. Some people are going to quit no matter what, but you're not. This is different for you. This is different for your time. Right now, this is your time to do something spectacular. But you've got to go claim it. I talk about him all the time, and I know people are probably getting sick of me hearing it, but Dick Winters is one of my heroes in life. The guy was the Band of Brothers, leader that led all those men. If you've never seen that miniseries, you need to watch it. And I just love his definition of leadership is follow me. Follow me. I mean, this is what I'm telling you right now, because I want everybody on here to hear this from my voice. You have 2 days of this double bonuses. 2 days of easy to explain, easy to imagine, easy to feel, incredible energy. Double bonuses, double samples, $250 for executive. It is on. This isn't a time to sit back and go, you know what, let me call my cousin and try to set something up for the end of the week. Nope. You call them up and say, I hate getting up early. I know you do too, but you got to meet me at 6:30 tomorrow at IHOP. We got to have a cup of coffee and talk. And they're going to go, what is going on? And you're like, that's what I want to talk to you about. Be on fire for it. Almost everyone around you feels the same way. They're looking, they're praying, they're meditating for it, they're thinking about it. They want change, they want something different. They just are afraid because they don't want to be sold a bill of goods. They don't want to get into something they can't actually do. Last but not least, we created this business for exactly this moment in time. It's 2017. We've never seen a time like this. There's never been anything like this in the history of mankind where so many people have these amazing leverage tools to use at their disposal. You have them. Practice. Work at it. I can't understand how some people think the same mentality that got them into all those problems financially or has created what is a life they want to enhance, that same level of thought, the same level of energy, the same approach is not going to get you the change you need. So you're going to have to change a little bit. These people tell you all the time, don't say change, because people get turned off by change. I'm looking for people that are hungry enough to change whatever it takes. I know it's easy to say, what I really lose, $50 in this business? What about the product? Okay, yeah, I like the product, but no, you're missing it if that's how you feel. And I'm telling you right now, if you can't feel it, you have to know my commitment level is 100%. I equate this business with my family. That's why you will either get a hug from me or maybe a punch in the face, depending on what you say to me at these meetings. And I'm not really going to hit you, don't say. You're going to get it verbally. You're going to hear me say, come with me. Let's go to work. Let's build something together. Follow me. Make it count. Or you're going to hear me say, get the hell out of the way. I'm not waiting around. We're not sticking around. This is it. You have 2 days left, and then we're going to pour even more gas in the fire in November. You have to know that about us. This is believe. Choose to believe. Choose to believe. Choose to believe. Make the choice every day, one day at a time. Talking to Sherelle earlier, how excited we are, how down you are, whatever it is. We only have 1 day to live right now. In one moment, we're in that moment right now. What you do with it makes all the difference. And sometimes, and I know exactly what this feels like, sometimes it is just that moment you can handle, man. Everything else feels overwhelming and just hard and all that stuff. And yet you just right now manage this moment, get this moment, and then get another moment after it. Start stacking some moments up before you know it, you got a day going. Then after your day goes, you got a couple of days going in the same direction, a couple of weeks, a couple of months. And with the timing of our industry and our business and the product and everything we're doing, then you've got a chance. Wow. I hope you understand this. I hope you hear it from my heart with the right intention. I'm not trying to act like an arrogant jerk. I'm not trying to talk out of anything. I'm not trying to, I handle every day. I handle the issues of our company. Call people, apologize, celebrate with them, whatever it may be, whatever it is, whatever it takes. Follow me. Let's go. Facebook Live tomorrow, everybody. Don't miss it. God bless you.